Hi folks, and welcome back to Meaningful Money. Still here in my garage office study room. I say that because it's a bit of everything. There's a sink over there and a sewing machine just out of camera there, so it's a bit of everything. But it's a good place, nice quiet place to shoot when the weather is cold and windy, as it is right now. Now, we talked last time about things you can do to get a better return, particularly in terms of income and stuff, from your money which is saved or invested. I want to just talk about something called total return this time, and to try and perhaps just adjust the way you think about income. It's a conversation I have with clients quite a bit, so thought I'd do a little piece to camera once again about that. So before I do, let me say thank you to my friends down in the bottom right here. That's Seven Investment Management. They continue to sponsor me, and I'm really, really grateful. They've been sponsoring me now for 175 episodes, so thanks very much, guys. Okay, what is total return? Well, if you have money invested, you have kind of two strings to your bow when it comes to making that money grow. The first one is called price appreciation. So if you, for example, buy a share, which is say at 50p a share, and because the company that you've invested in becomes a bit more popular and people get interested and demand for that share goes up, the price of that share goes up to 60p. Well, the price of the share has appreciated. It's gone up. So your 50p worth of shares is now worth 60p and you've made money. So that's price appreciation. But the other way you can make money is by reinvesting the income. So shares will produce a dividend of some kind. Some shares do, some shares don't. Corporate bonds and gilts and things like that will produce interest. And you can use the income thrown off by your investments to buy more investments, and then it begins a bit of a snowball, a compounding effect. And if you combine those two things, price appreciation and income reinvestment, that is total return. Now, many of my clients are retired, and so they depend on the money they've got invested and the income from it usually to supplement their income from pensions and what have you. And obviously, because of the financial crisis that we've been through and the sort of ongoing economic doldrums that we find ourselves in, they've seen the interest payable on the money they've got saved massively reduced. I mean, it's not that long ago you could get 6% on money in the bank. Now you're lucky to get 2.5%. So while many of my clients have in the past invested for income, they have, for example, perhaps bought shares or funds of shares which are just designed to produce an income, or they bought corporate bonds or something like that, or they've just invested their money in the bank. Now, because income is reduced these days, they're looking to broaden their scope of their investment and are looking towards this total return approach. And so I just wanted to mention that to you. Consider the power of two strings to your bow. Because if you rethink what actually constitutes income, you can benefit from this. Many people think of the sort of lump of money they've got invested as the sort of engine, if you like, which produces their income, and they leave the money itself invested, and whatever income is produced, they will take out and spend every month or every 6 months or something like that. But if that income has been reduced, then they find themselves having to reduce their lifestyle a little bit, which I think is a shame. And so what I try to do is instead reinvest that income and instead take regular withdrawals from your portfolio. It helps for a couple of reasons. You know exactly how much per month or per year or whatever is going to be coming in. So it's helpful for budgeting. But it gives you those two strings to the bow, the price appreciation and the income reinvestment. It gives you that total return approach and gives your portfolio a better chance, I think, of growing rather than just sucking out the income every month or every year and just letting the price appreciation thing do its thing on its own. Now you can use, if you're making these regular withdrawals, it doesn't matter whether you're actually taking them from income or the capital value of your portfolio. In fact, taking it from capital might be quite a good way of doing it because everybody gets a capital gains allowance. And so you may be able to take withdrawals from profits and that money be absolutely tax-free. So there's advantages. As ever, there's disadvantages, but it's a good idea, I think, to opt for the total return approach. The most important thing by far, though, is that you have the money you need to live off and not be too blinkered about maintaining the value of your portfolio at all costs. Yes, it's important that that is planned and done so carefully, but more important by far is the money you have to live on every month. So I'm sort of going to encourage you really to broaden your view of what income is and instead think in terms of total return and regular withdrawals. I'm going to talk a little bit, probably next time, about the safe withdrawal rate. So the rate at which you can draw off your capital without it unduly damaging the value of your portfolio. It's called the safe withdrawal rate. It's a massive subject actually, so I'm going to try and find a way to squeeze it into 5 or 6 minutes. But thanks for watching this time. Leave any questions as ever. You can do so under the video here. You can leave me a voicemail on meaningfulmoney.tv. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.